Hello everyone, I'm Jackie from Two Studios Art, and today we're doing a fun little painting of dandelions. We're going to be painting on an 8x10 canvas board, and we're using Opus Essential acrylic colors. Our colors today are titanium white, cadmium yellow light, cadmium medium, cadmium orange, primary red, quinacridone magenta, ultramarine blue, phthalo blue, and black. Our brushes today are a 3/4 inch shader, a number 0 round brush, a number 8 round brush, and a number 0 flat brush. All right. This is a fun painting that everybody can do at home. Some of our dandelions will be in flower. Some of our dandelions will be in seed. Let's top up the ultramarine blue there. And let's get started. We're going to start by laying down some white in the sky, right across the top part of the canvas board. This is going to be a spring painting. So there we have some white in the sky, and we're going to add a little bit of phthalo blue, a little bit of ultramarine blue, and a little bit of magenta got in there, which is wonderful because we're hoping to give the suggestion of perhaps some lilacs in the garden. A little bit more white, a bit more white there, and the color in the sky will help our little dandelion seeds to be visible as they float through the air. There we go, a little bit of lilac in the sky, suggesting that there might be lilac bushes in the garden. There we go. Now the bottom part of the canvas is going to be a sap green, so I'm going to lay down some cadmium yellow medium, some ultramarine blue, and again I picked up some magenta, and that's fine because that red will give it an earthy kind of a green, so we'll add in a little bit more ultramarine blue, a little more yellow. You can mix it ahead of time too, or you can use a straight sap green. We just want a darker bottom because we're going to be putting in some lighter greens. So we'll just get a darker bottom, sappy kind of a green bottom at the lower end of the canvas, which will provide a little bit of contrast for us. Now this part of the painting goes quite quickly. The second part of the painting won't be as fast because the dandelion seeds take a little bit of time to do. So I'm going to add a little bit of phthalo blue in there too to just deepen our green a little bit more. And then I'm going to wash my brush and blend it into the sky, or blend the sky into the green. Blend it in just a little bit. There we go. Wash my brush a little bit. Blend that in a little bit more to the sky. I'm just wiping my brush on a paper towel each time too to take a little bit of the paint off when I drag the sky down. I'll just show you what I'm doing. I'm just wiping my brush a little bit. There we go. All right. Now I'm going to mix up a little bit of lighter green. So I'll take the cadmium yellow light with some phthalo blue. And there's a very bright green. And to that I'm going to add some white. And then I'll tone it down with a little bit of ultramarine blue. So we've got a darker green and a lighter green. There we go. Now we'll take our brush and we'll start putting in some stems, some dandelion stems. If it's too wet, you can dry it with your hair dryer. done a variety of greens there. And some will be shorter because they're going off in the distance. There we go. Now the dandelion name comes from dandelion, and that's because the leaves look a little bit like the teeth of a lion. So we'll just go zigzag. There, just shaped like that. There we go. Usually getting smaller as it gets near the bottom. Just adding some dandelion leaves in. A lot of people don't like dandelions, but there are many people that really do love dandelions. And they're used for food in some parts. There we go. A little bit more yellow in there. There we go. All right. We've got some stems. We've got some leaves. And maybe a little bit of grass at the bottom. I'm going to mix up a little bit of orange with black to make a brown. And that will be the heads of the dandelions that have gone to seed. So we're going to have some dandelions in flower and some dandelions gone to seed. We're just going to place them here and there. There we go. Okay, so those will be the dandelion heads that have gone to seed. All right, now I'm going to dry this with my hair dryer. I'll be right back. All right, everyone, I'm back. I dried it with the hair dryer, so it's mostly dry. A little bit tacky to the touch in places, but that's all right. All right, let's get started on our next step. The next step is to mix up some yellow for the dandelions that are in flower. So we'll take some cadmium yellow, medium with some white, mix it up, and then start making some little flowers, flower heads. Just here and there. Dandelions will grow anywhere. Just a very quick impression of dandelions. There we go. Wherever you feel there should be a dandelion, just put one in. These will mostly have gone to seed, but we'll put a few little yellow bits receding into the background. There we are. All right, I'm going to put mix a little bit of orange in there, because the middle parts are often a deeper color. Later on, I'll add a lighter yellow as well. All right. And now for the dandelions that have gone to seed. I'm going to take my 0 round brush and start with the white. The dandelions that have gone to seed are basically little seeds coming out of the center in a circular fashion. This is a part of the painting that will take a little bit of patience. So pour yourself a cup of tea or some other beverage of choice and just paint away. Now at the end of each one of these little seeds, there's a little V shape. And it's these little parachute shapes that allow the seeds to float through the air and distribute the new dandelions everywhere. And that's why some people don't like dandelions, because they're so good at reproducing themselves. So little V shapes at the end of each. Some little ones floating through the air. And there's some in the middle too, some little V shapes in the middle too. Okay, and they float through the air too. So let's have a few floating through the air. They have the little shapes at the end to allow them to float through the air. All right, so I'll just carry on with my little dandelions, the seeds. Maybe we'll speed it up. This will take a little bit of time. Just have to be patient and enjoy yourself. A little bit of V shapes at the end. And some in the middle. Some of the V shapes in the middle. They're not really in the middle, but they'll look that way depending on where you're looking from. All right. Just coming out of the middle of the little head of the dandelion plant. And the little V shapes. Sometimes I put some little dots as though the seeds are flying through the air. You might want a finer brush if you want a thinner line for your seeds. And a V shape. There, they're very pretty little plants, aren't they? Floating through the air. There we go. Picked up a little bit of the orange there, but that's all right. There. The seeds floating through the air there. There's another one down here. Some of them are half blown away as they do that. All right, now I'm going to mix up some white with my cadmium yellow light and go back into my petals and get a lighter color of petal there. Just for a variety of yellows. Because if you look at a dandelion, they do have different yellows. Very impressionistic painting of a dandelion field. Go back into the green a little bit. Get a few little blades of grass in there that are lighter. Just a few little ones that are lighter there. All right. Now, the tips of the seeds tend to be a little bit, the very ends of the seeds tend to have a little bit of color in them. So add a little bit of color to some of these seeds floating through the air. Just a little bit. Might add a little bit of orange color to the centers too. Now I think I need another little dandelion seed over there. So we'll go back into the white. There we go. And the little V shapes. There. And maybe one or two more in the air. This one up here needs a little bit more white. Oops, got a bit of yellow in there, but actually that's not my, I don't mind that, it's not bad. Yes, I quite like that yellow in there actually. I'll put a little bit more there. Okay, and maybe one more line through the air over here. And with a little bit of a darker bit at the bottom. There we are. All right, everyone. Here's our fun little painting of dandelions, a field of dandelions, some in flower and some have gone to seed. First, we started off with the sky. We'd put down a white, a little bit of ultramarine blue, a little bit of phthalo blue, a little bit of magenta. Then we made a sap green with cadmium yellow light and ultramarine blue and a little bit of red in it. And then we went back in with a little bit of phthalo blue. Then we mixed up a lighter green to contrast on top of the darker sap green. We mixed it up with our cadmium yellow light, our ultramarine blue, our phthalo blue, and white. And then we did the seeds with our titanium white. So I hope you enjoyed doing this little painting at home. It's been a lot of fun. I'm Jackie from Two Studios Art, and I hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching. Check out our YouTube channel, Two Studios Art. Subscribe and you will get our demos right into your mailbox. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.